Hello students, welcome to another English language class, and we continue with the topic of a hard day's work, and today's lesson is specifically about vocabulary, and we're going to be looking at words to describe your nightmare job. What's an example of a nightmare job, you ask? Well, let's take a look at this picture. What do you see when you look at that picture? Is that the kind of job that you want to do? It's very dirty, right? It's not something that everybody wants to do. When you see someone that does this kind of job, how do you look at that? Do you give them respect? Now let's take a look at their lives and the job that they do.
Armed with little more than a helmet and some coconut oil, these workers enter the manholes to unclog the waste.
डोक्यावरून जे मलमूत्र नेऊन त्यांना भंगी म्हणायची, पण आमची परिस्थिती त्यांच्यापेक्षा वाईट आहे. कारण का आम्ही ज्यावेळी खाली उतरून काम करत असतो, बिल्डिंगच्या कनेक्शन म्हणून काय पडेल आमच्या डोक्याला सांगू शकतो. कारण काय काय स्लम एरिया आहेत, तिकडे डायरेक्ट कनेक्शन आहे PSCचे किंवा सार्वजनिक शौचालय, त्याच्यातनं जे मलमूत्र डायरेक्ट आमच्या डोक्यावर पडतो. आम्ही वारंवार अधिकाऱ्यांना सांगायचा प्रयत्न केला की तर काहीतरी आम्हाला येऊ द्या, पण आमच्या ह्याच्याकडे कोण लक्ष देत नाहीये.
Toxic and deadly fumes of methane, nitrogen, ammonia and hydrogen sulfide have been building up over time, generated by a hazardous cocktail of human and industrial waste. Inhalation of toxic gases can also have a serious effect on the long-term health of manhole workers. And if the fumes don't get you, there are other hazards.
किंवा काय ठिकाणी जसं हॉस्पिटलची कनेक्शन आहेत, तिकडे हॉस्पिटलचे ऑपरेशनची ब्लेड्स, त्याच्यानंतर हॉस्पिटलच्या सुया किंवा जे मॅटर्निटी होम आहेत.
According to a recent study, about 80% of sewer workers die before the age of 60, and sewer workers' unions report that around 25 workers die every month. A caste-based occupation, sewer workers are among the lowest. They are ostracized from society. Workers say the foul smell they carry makes them the shit people.
In villages, their houses are segregated. There is a clear-cut physical segregation.
The stigma is so strong that many workers hide their occupation from family and neighbors.
तर एखादं बदनामीसारखं लोक चार चौघांना सांगत जातात, अरे तो असे ते घाणीत काम करतो बघ, असा असा आहे तो. तर आम्ही आमच्या ठिकाणी मी माझ्या कुटुंबाला कल्पना दिलेलीच होती. माझ्या बायकोला सुरुवातीला माहिती नव्हतं.
For a majority of these workers, the need to escape from this reality often results in some form of addiction.
They said they cannot perform this kind of occupation unless they close all their senses.
And that is the life of a person that's hired to clean out the sewers, get rid of all the poop and all the stuff that people throw into their drains, dig it out manually. As you can see in the video, society treats them really badly. They are being looked down on. They are from the lower caste. People hate them. People say bad things about them, even though they are doing honest work and doing very important work. Because if people don't do it, when rain comes, it's going to flood and there's going to be worse things happening if they don't do their jobs properly. So the next time you think that studying is hard, boy, remember the sewer men. When you get a part-time job and you think that it's hard, remember these men. But hopefully by showing you this video about these people, I want you to see that they are human beings. They are just like you and me. It's just that life dealt them a very hard card. What they are doing is honest work. Kerja halal. Any kind of honest work deserves respect. These men have raised good children, taken care of the needs of their wives and children through this kind of hard work. That deserves nothing more than respect. So the next time you want to hate on somebody for the good work that they do, even though they don't make much, even though they get dirty, think twice. If they don't do what they do, our society is not going to work. Something bad is going to happen. So every kind of profession, every kind of job, as long as it's legal, it's honest work, it deserves respect. Next, we'll look at vocabulary that we can use to describe any kind of job, nightmare or not. Okay, so these are pictures of different professions. Our job is to fill in the blanks so we can get the names right. First one, you can see a picture of landmarks around the world. I think this is the Statue of Liberty, the pyramids. So I think this is the Colosseum. So this is a travel agent. So for number 2, you see a guy in an office. Looks like he's reading some important documents here. And there is a little statue of Lady Liberty. This guy is a lawyer. Alright, this is very obvious. This is a soldier. And make sure that you spell soldier right. It's S-O-L-D-I-E-R. You see a lot of books in number 4. And this lady's pushing a cart full of books. It's very obvious. This is a librarian. She manages the library. Number 5, you see a guy dressed in a suit and he looks like he's giving a speech. Starts with a po. Politician. For number 6, you see a lady and she is in a office. There's all sorts of documents on her table. And is this a calculator? Accountant. For number 7, there's another lady and she is fixing the socket. Electrician. In number 8, you see a guy in a blue helmet. He looks like he's trying to fix some kind of engine here. So this is a technician. Alright, so those are the 8 kinds of jobs. Let's move on to describing jobs. So we have 8 different ways to describe jobs, and we also have their definitions. If you call a job dead end, that means that the job is what? It's this one. Little or no chance for you to progress. To progress means to level up or get a better position or a higher salary. What about exhausting? Which one works with exhausting? This one, right? Feeling very tired all the time. Okay, let's look at full-time. Which one is the meaning of full-time? It's this one, right? Work about 40 hours every week. So 40 hours of work, that's full-time work. That's about 8 hours every workday. How about manual? Which one is the meaning of manual? This one, right? Use hands and physical strength. So any kind of work or thing that you have to do with your hands or physical strength, you can say that it's manual work. Part-time. Which one is the meaning of part-time? Yep, this one. Work for a part of each day or week. That's why it's called part-time. Full-time will be 40 hours, but part-time is anything less than that. What about satisfying? Which one is the meaning for satisfying? Yep, it's this one. Feel pleased and happy. So anytime you're happy or pleased with your job is satisfying. What about stressful? Which one is the definition for stressful? This one. Worried and anxious all the time. So if you're worried and you're anxious during your job all the time, that's a very stressful job. And lastly, well paid is this one. Get lots of money for what you do. Yeah, we love that money. That's why we work, don't we? Moving on, let's look at some verbs about jobs. And we have 8 verbs here, as well as their definitions. All right, first one, apply. Which one is the definition of apply? Apply for a job, right? So it's this one. Make a request. So you apply for a job, that means you request for a job. What about interview? Now take note that this is interview as a verb, as in you are interviewing somebody. Which one is the definition for interview? Yep, it's this one right across. Ask somebody questions. What about lose? As in you lose a job. Which one is the meaning? Yep, it's this one. Stop doing a job. So when you lose your job, you stop doing the job. What about number 4, fired? Which one is the meaning for fired? Yep, when you're fired, you have lost your job. What about retire? Which one is the meaning for retire? Yep, it's this one here. Stop working after the 60th birthday. So in Malaysia, you have to stop working after you get to the age of 60. What about quit? Which one is the meaning for quit? Yep, the first one here, you leave a job, that's when you quit. Hires. Which one here is the meaning for hire? Yep, it's this one. You give someone a job. And lastly, earn is get money. Get money! Alright, so those are the verbs about jobs. Let's move on to often confused words when we talk about jobs. First one we have is pension and benefits. Pension is a fixed amount that your company will pay you every month after you retire. Benefits is something besides your salary that your company is giving to you. Some companies will give you insurance, a car, or a house to stay in, and those are all benefits. Next, wage versus salary. Both are essentially the same thing. It's about the money that you earn. Wage is used to describe work that is manual or temporary, whereas salary is more for professionals. Next, we have bonus versus perk. What is a bonus? A bonus is simple. It's an extra amount of money that your company gives you. For example, if you hit your target, I'll give you a bonus of 1,000 ringgit. And so you all work very hard to get that bonus. A perk is an advantage or some kind of benefit that you can get from your work. For example, if you are a travel agent, one of the perks of the job is you can travel to different countries, and all of those are paid for by your company. What is a career versus a job? Both of them refer to some kind of work. A career is more of a longer term job, and it's something that people spend many years of their lives doing. As compared to a job can be something short or something really long. Qualifications versus qualities. So qualifications is anything that you have on paper, like your degree or master's or PhD or your SPM certificates. Qualities are harder to prove on paper. For example, confidence, honesty, and attitude. Lastly, advice versus advise. Well, both means nasihat. The C here makes this a noun. S makes this a verb. So that's about it. Okay, let's move on. So let's form some words. In this column, we have nouns, and in this column, we have adjectives. So what is the noun form for ambitious? Ambition. And ambitious means someone with very high ambition. Envious. Envious is a synonym for jealous. So if you have a good job, I may be envious of you. So what's the noun for envious? Envy. Wealthy. Wealthy means a lot of money. What's the noun? Wealth. Determination means someone who is very emotionally tough, not easy to give up. So what's the adjective for this word? Determined. Secretive. Someone who is secretive is someone who has a lot of secrets. Watch out for these kind of people. What's a noun for secretive? Secret, right? Rahasia. Brave. I think you know what brave means. What is the noun for brave? Bravery. Alright, so now you have nouns and adjectives to describe jobs. Moving on. Finally, let's look at collocations and expressions. Collocations are words that are often used together. In our first example here, we have a verb have. So which one of these are used with have? Have an interview? Yep. Have a good decision? Nope. Have a career? Yep. Alright, so have doesn't work with a good decision. A good decision, usually you use make, a good decision. Next, let's look at B. Be a contract. No, you can't be a contract. Be a failure. Yeah, you can be a failure. Be a success. Yes, you can be a success. So what do you do with a contract? You have a contract, or you win a contract. Next, we have make. Do you make a profit? Yep. Do you make a fortune? Yep. Do you make a promotion? No. For promotion, you win a promotion. For number 4, own. Do you own a company? Yep. Do you own overtime? Nope. Do you own possessions? Yep. So for overtime, what do you do? Yeah, you do overtime. Next, we look at win. Do you win time off? Nope. Do you win support? Yep. Do you win respect? Yes. So what do you do with time off? You have time off. Let's look at number 6, do. Do you do work experience? Yep. Do you do a job? Yep. Do you do a job offer? No. What do you do with a job offer? If you're an employer, you make a job offer. If you are a worker, then you have a job offer. So those are the vocabulary that you can use to describe your nightmare job, or actually any kind of other job. So you are ready now to go onto the Google Slides and answer all the questions over there. Meanwhile, let's look at comparing jobs like an Asian parent. Whoa, look at those eyes, those judgmental eyes. They are judging you. It's not good enough. You are Asian, not Bijan. And we'll look at all that in the next lesson.